I'm working on a project and I need about 100 of these little rings so I can do them individually, or here's another little tip. So this tip is going to be really handy if you're going to be going somewhere where you don't have access to your machine, but you still want to work on your pieces. So essentially you'll create just one giant long tube of all of your pieces. They work really well with the small pieces like this, and then you can just separate them, finish them as you go. So if you're doing a long car ride, you could actually do this work and you don't even have to have your machine. So here's how I did it. So first of all, when I was knitting on the circular knitting machine, I did 16 rows of the red, and then I did 1 row of the contrasting color of green. Same thing. Another row 16, or another set of 16 green, 16 green. And the green is my ripcord. If I were to pull this single piece of yarn out, what would happen is the 2 pieces would come apart, but right now they would just fall apart. All the stitches would drop because they're live. So what we need to do at this point is pick up the stitches from the inside, and then we can take them apart. So on the inside, you're gonna locate over here the 4 strands of yarn. So there's 4 strands. So we're gonna turn it this way, just like we were finishing a regular piece of our projects. So we're going to use our darning needle for this. We're gonna take our yarn tail for the first side, and then we're gonna go around and pick up, make sure it's clear, pick up the loops from the bottom. So you have this top loop up here and you have this bottom loop right here. So we're gonna make sure to pick up every one of these loops here, and then we're gonna continue to do that all the way around till we get to the other side. When we get to the other side, we're gonna do the same with the top row of loops. Okay, so the first round has now all been picked up. Time for the second round. So we're gonna go and find that yarn tail, and we're gonna do the same thing. This time we flipped it over, and now you'll see here we're going under. Again, we turned it, so now these are on the bottom, and we're gonna make sure to pick up all of these as well. All right, when you get back here to the end, after you've done both sides, the next step is to pull out your ripcord. So I'm gonna start with one side and then the other. Now here's the magic. Bloop. So now all I have to do, tighten that side up, finish that piece, and just continue working from the inside of this tube until I finished it off. Let me know if you find this helpful and if you plan on using this method.